Hello, very good morning, everyone. I think someone is still trying to connect but not able to connect. 853. Okay, so very good morning. Are you able to hear me? We have Divya, Ritesh. Hi, Ritesh. Hi, Divya. Mani, Sahil, Kshitij. Hi, Kshitij. Sanchit, Sahil, Dhanu, Meghna, Shivam. Welcome. Shubhi. Okay, so let's start. And as you know, it is not the last class. We'll have one more Sunday, 31st, right? So we have today and the one more class on the next Sunday for this month. Just to remind you guys, okay? So let me check what we did last time. Anybody remembers? Anyone remembers what was our last week topic? Okay, we have done, I think, set theories, compound interest and simple interest, right? Everyone? Shubhi, are you able to hear me, right? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay, so I thought today we'll start with one of very interesting and very difficult topic which people struggle in starting. I'll tell you what it is today. Okay, so today topic is this. Today we are going to start. It's a very interesting and initially first 15, 20, 30 minutes you will struggle. But believe me, once you get the art of doing this, you can do very easily. It doesn't require anything else. Today we are going to do DS. DS is data sufficiency. Tell me, anyone, what do you mean by data sufficiency? Anybody want to explain? What do you mean by data sufficiency? Should be any idea? Kshitij, any idea?
No, sir. No idea.
Data sufficiency is a easy topic, but people struggle because the way it works is different. Ritesh, Dhanu, any idea what is data sufficiency?
No idea,
No,
sir.
sir.
No idea at all? Meghna? In many
No idea.
exams, no idea they ask data sufficiency. So I'll tell you what is data sufficiency. Data sufficiency is all about whatever you learned till now, but use in different way. For example, data sufficiency means some data will be given. For example, I'll give you if I'll give a question, X is I give you a question example type. X is a number or X is an integer. Just I am giving X in integer greater than 5. Is X equal to 8? Okay. That is how data sufficiency question will be the way. So this is what we known as the data. This data is given. This is a question asked with information given. Now it will be given two statements. Statement number 1, statement number 2. Statement 2 I says this is very simple. X is less than 15. Second say X is not equal to 8. So in every question you will have some information given. Your objective is not to find the actual answer. Your objective is to find out whether the given information here in 1 and 2 is it sufficient for you to answer the given question. And then there will be 4 options or 5 options. Option A, option B, I just give you example. Option C, option D, option E. Option A, suppose we'll say 1 alone is sufficient. Second alone is sufficient. Both together are sufficient. Either 1 alone or 2 alone is sufficient. Wait, people are still joining. We are just understanding how it works. We are not solving the question yet. This neither 1 nor 2 are sufficient. So what does it mean is you have to select only option 1 of this. So question is, let's solve this question and understand how DS works. Our objective is to find out whether we can say is x equal to 8 or not. That is the objective. Nothing else. Objective is very simple. Whether is x equal to 8 or not, can we find out or not? So first of all, we'll talk only about statement 1. We'll not worry about second at all. Our statement 1 say x is less than 15. So if we know x is less than 15, and the question already said x is integer greater than 5. From this information, can we find out is x equal to 8 or not? We cannot find out. Why? Because x is less than 15 means x can be 14, 13, 12, 8, 10, 11, 9, anything, right? So how we can find out x is 8 or not? So first we cannot find out. So definitely 1 alone is sufficient? No. From 1 we cannot find out at all. So 1 alone is sufficient is gone. We cannot. Now we'll check whether 2 alone is sufficient or not. Now we'll check only about 2. It says x is not equal to 8. It says x is not equal to 8. It means if somebody asks a question, is x equal to 8? From this we can say yes, definitely we know that x is not 8. We are able to answer. Now the answer can be yes or no, that is a different thing. But we are able to answer it. And we are able to answer it means we are able to find out whether x is equal to 8 or x is not equal to 8. The statement says x is not equal to 8. So that information is there with us. We can find out whether x is equal to 8 or not. It is not. It means this alone, 2 alone is sufficient. From this we are able to find out the answer to our question. The right answer for this question is B. That is what DS is. Data sufficiency. Whether data in statement 1 or data in statement 2, they are sufficient to give an answer the given question or not. Okay? So that is the start of it. We are going to do many questions right from starting easy to difficult ones. Okay? Don't hesitate. Solve as many, ask as many questions as you have, and we are going to discuss. Got little idea what DS means, guys? Now give me 1 second. Let me open my book and then we can start solving many questions. Okay. So where is this? 1 second. Okay. Okay. So I'll pose the first question and then we'll start solving a lot of question on that. Some people are still struggling to join it. We start with a very, very simple question of ratios first, and then we are going to do very, very difficult questions of 1 minute, please. Percentage and ratio is what we're going to start very initially. I'm posting a question and everybody has to write answer. I'll tell you what, okay? Let me put a question here. I'll tell you what you have to write in the answer. This is your question, guys. Our objective is to find out how many male teachers in a school of 80 teachers have master's degree. You have to tell me answer like this. I'll give the answer key here in the right side here, so that it will be consistent for everybody. You will say 1 alone, you will say 2 alone, you will say both together, you will say either 1 or 2 alone, or you will say neither. Means even you use both of them, you cannot answer. Only one of the 5 answer you will give me. Okay, for every question. Read it, try it out. We are going to discuss this question and then I'll explain again how to do this. Question is, how many male teachers in a school of 80 teachers have master degree? From the given data 1 and 2 or 1 or 2, can you find out how many teachers are there in a school who have master's degree? Total teachers are 80 is given. Start posting your answers. I am going to discuss. Discuss say both together. Okay. Both together. Okay. Divya says both. Kan says both. Others, everybody. And guys, don't hesitate. Write whatever you think. Because unless you start trying, it won't work. I'll explain my solution now. Danu says both. Okay. Every question I'll wait for 15 to 30 seconds. That's it. Okay. So see now. From the question itself, we know total teachers are 80. Our question is, how many male teachers who have master degree? So let's see the option number 1 now. The statement 1. 50% of all teachers in school have master degree. Total teachers are 80. 50% of 80 is 40. So we can say master degree. How many out of that 80? 40, right? So from these two information, can you find out how many male teachers? No, right? We only know we have 80 teachers, out of that 40 is masters. We don't know how many male, female. So from first alone, we cannot find out. So first alone is gone. Let's talk about second alone. 50% of all teachers in the school are male. So out of 80, 40 are male. So from these two together, total teachers are 80. Out of that 40 are male. It means 40 are female. But from this we cannot find out still how many have master degree, because we only know two things. Total teachers 80, males are 40. We don't know about masters, how many have masters. So from second alone also we cannot find out. Now we'll do 1 and 2 together. 1 and 2 together, one says 50% teachers have master's degree. So out of 80, 40 have master's degree. Statement 2 says 50% of all teachers in the school are male. Out of 80, 40 are male. Now, from this three information, when you combine 1 and 2, can we answer out of 80 teachers, how many males are there who have masters? We cannot. Because we know out of 80, 40 is masters. We know out of 80, 40 are male. But how do we know out of 40, how many males having masters? Now I want Skand or Divya to come on and explain me. Do you think other ways? So answer for this question is neither. This one. You cannot find out. Skand, what do you think?
Yes, sir, makes sense.
We cannot. Divya, what do you think? I want everyone to feel convinced or ask me question.
Yes, sir. But I did a total teachers and master degree 40 and male 20 like that.
But it is not given like that, right?
Yes, sir.
So convinced that this both together also is not sufficient.
Yes, sir.
Good. Meghna, what do you think? You still think both or yes? Answer is neither. We cannot.
Neither.
Correct. Ritesh, what about you? Because I want, and guys, only 4 people answered. What about debating 10, 11?
Sir, neither, sir.
Correct. And Dhanu?
Neither, sir.
Everybody agree? So objective
Yes,
is to
sir.
find out the data is sufficient or not. So this data is not sufficient because at most we know total 80 people, out of 40 have master degree, out of 80 total 40 are males. We don't know how many males have master. That's why neither of them are sufficient. Super. Thank you. Let's move to the next one now. And believe me, you will love because it's a very challenging topic. Very, very challenging topic. Let's try another simple question now on this. Okay, I'll give you an easy question now. And I believe everybody will answer very easily. Question is this. We have to answer out of the 5. 1 alone, 2 alone, both, neither or both together. Okay. Question is by what percent price of the smartphone increased? Data 1, data 2. Statement 1, statement 2. Tell me now. 1 alone sufficient, 2 alone sufficient, both together sufficient, either 1 and 2 alone sufficient or neither of them together sufficient. Tell me. By what percent was the price of smartphone increased? Shubhi, how shall you approach?
So,
let's talk about Shubhi option number statement 1 alone. Is 1 alone sufficient or give me your views?
so the one alone is, I guess, sufficient, but the amount is not given here, that the smartphone actual amount. So
sufficient but कैसे हुआ फिर? Sufficient कैसे हुआ?
मतलब it is not sufficient. I mean, sorry.
Not sufficient because क्योंकि just say increase by 40.
Yes, sir.
We don't know the original price.
Original price.
If you don't know original price, how can you find percentage?
Yes, sir.
So 1 alone is not sufficient. Very good, Shubhi. Haram. Tell me, Haram, whether statement 2 alone is sufficient or not. Price of smartphone after increase was $400. Tell me, Haram. Audio
No, sir.
works?
Because,
No.
no, because we don't
We
know
don't know.
what was the initial price.
So again, same reason, because we don't know the original price. We only know after the increase is 400. So how can we
Yes.
find out percent increase? We don't know. So alone are two alone not sufficient. Very good. Mushahid. What if we combine both 1 and 2? Is it sufficient or not, Mushahid?
Yes, sir.
Explain how.
Because the price of the smartphone was increased by $40 now.
Correct.
And yeah, and from second we know that it is $400.
400. It means original was 360.
360. Yeah.
Increase is 40. New is 400. So percentage we have to find out. We can easily find out. Increase is 40 over 360 into 100, right? So you are right, Mushahid. It means both together is sufficient. So answer for this question is both together. Very good. Everybody okay? Simple question. So answer for this question would be both together are sufficient. Let's move on. Question is, does Jack has 2 by 3 more pens than what David has? One says number of pens David has is 60% of the number of pens Jack has. Second says number of pens Jack has is 166.67% of the number of pens David has. Tell me everybody. One alone, two alone, both, neither, either. Tell me. 15-30 seconds. 15 to 30 seconds. That's it. I'll expect Dhanu to explain the first one, then I'll expect Mani Pritam to explain the second one, then I'll expect Divya to explain both together. Okay, that's how we'll go this question very quickly. Dhanu, let's talk about option 1, statement 1. Read it and tell me sufficient, not sufficient, one alone. Dhanu, are you able to hear me?
Not sufficient, sir.
Explain why. Number of pens.
Sir, how much Jack had, we don't know that.
So, see Dhanu, number of pens David has is 60% of number of pens Jack has. Let's write David here. Let's write Jack here. It
Yes,
says
sir.
David has 60% of the number of pens Jack
60%.
has. Suppose Jack has 100. So, how much David will have?
David 60, sir.
60. So, from that we cannot find out whether David has how many more or less than Jack.
Yes, sir.
We can find out. Because we know both the numbers now, 60 and 100. Even if you
Yes,
take
sir.
number as different, say 10 and 6, then also we can find out. We can find out that, see, I am not saying whether it's more or not, but I can still find out whether Jack has 2/3 more or not. We can easily find out because Jack has 6 and David has, Jack has 10 and David has 6, right?
Yes, sir.
So we can find out easily from this. So here if you see how much Jack has more, 4 more, right?
Yes, sir.
So we can find out 4 more means 2/3 more or not. We can calculate because we have both the numbers available, right?
Sir, I didn't get it, sir.
What is the objective of the question?
Does Jack has 23 more than David
Not
has?
23, 2/3.
Sorry, 2/3 of David had.
2/3 more pens than David has or not? We can easily
He
find
has,
out.
sir. Yes, sir.
No, again, Dhanu, it's not about whether he has or not. Objective is from this we can find out or not. Even if it does not have, but we are able to say, I'll explain an example. Then we can find out.
Yes, sir.
Because we know Jack has 10, David has 6. So how much Jack has more? Here. Jack has 4
Four
more.
more.
4 more means then David, compare with David. What is 4 by 6?
2
2/3.
by 3, sir.
We can find out.
Yes, sir.
Good. Even suppose if Jake was having 8. Thank you, Dhanu.
Yes, sir.
Now tell me, Meghna, if I change the number to like this, suppose.
So
Meghna, if I say David has 8 and Jack has 10, if the number was like this, suppose if I make the number as 80%, suppose. Guys, I am still talking about statement 1 only. So, Meghna, if statement 1 is like this, number of pens David has is 80% of the number of pens Jack has. From this, can we answer the question 1 above or not?
Yes, sir.
How?
Because the first statement is saying the number of pen David has 80%. That means the number of
So,
pens
write
Jack
80
has.
here and write 100 here, correct?
Correct, sir.
So, Jack has how much more? 20 more.
20 more.
20 more means 20 out of 80 is how much? 1/4 more. We have to compare with out of David, right? Means 1/4 more. So we know that Jack has 1/4 pen more than David has. So from this information, can we still say 1 alone is sufficient, or we can say 1 is not sufficient? Guys,
1 is not.
1 is not sufficient. And everybody, that is the difference with the DS. So I'll explain, Meghna. Skan, what do you say? 1 alone is still sufficient or not?
Sir, sufficient, sir.
Why it's sufficient? Tell me, Skan, why it's sufficient? Hello? So I'll explain everybody. Still we can say 1 is sufficient. Why it's sufficient? Because
Sir,
objective is not to, sorry?
Sir, 1/4.
Means in question they gave 2/3 more pens, but we got 1/4.
That's the confusion, right, Divya?
Sir,
Right, Divya? They
Yes.
have explained. Yes, Kan.
So one is
excuse.
one is
Sir,
sufficient.
1/4 is more than 2/3, no, sir.
No, 1/4 is not more than 2/3. 1/4 is lesser than 2/3. But see, that is what everybody is doing a mistake. Skan, Divya, Meghna, everybody is doing same mistake. I'll tell you why. That is happens with DS. See, all of you are thinking is, if your answer comes then 2/3, then you are right. If answer comes then 2/3, that is wrong. No, it is not like that. DS does not work like that. What DS is saying, what data sufficiency means, can you answer this question or not? It's not saying whether it is more or not. Objective is, can you find answer for this question or not? And we found the answer. Jack has how much more? Jack has 1/4 more. So question said, does Jack has 2/3 more pens they have answered? You will say no, it does not have more. But you are able to answer, right? Listen carefully, I am saying. Question was asking, does Jack has 2/3 more pens than David has? We are doing DS, we are not doing the problem solving. Data sufficiency means, can from this data, listen very carefully again, from this information, can you answer this question? Either yes or no. If you are able to answer yes or no, then it is sufficient. If you are not able to answer yes or no, you will say we cannot, we don't know. Then you say not sufficient. So we calculated, we found that Jack has 1/4 more. It is not 2/3 more, 1/3 more, 1/4 more. We are able to find out how much Jack has more. So you are able to answer this question or not? I am not saying whether you get 2/3 or not. Are you able to answer this question? Yes, you are able to answer this question because you know how much Jack has more. So this data is sufficient. So you are able to answer this question, but in no, that is fine. I'll give analogy to this question another with simple numbers. Okay. Let's talk about the second one now. Second one should be number of pens Jack has this much percent more, this percent of the number of pens David has.
Yes, sir.
Is it sufficient or not sufficient?
So I guess it is not sufficient.
Let's see. Jack and David. It's a number of pens Jack is 166.6% of number of pens David has. Say David has 100.
Yes, sir.
How much will Jack have? Correct?
Yes, sir.
So from that we can find out or not Jack has how much more.
Yes, sir.
So then it's sufficient, na?
That is so. Yes, sir.
Understood everybody? So
Yes.
what I'll do everybody is, should we just wait? Because I want to modify this question in a easy numbers. And then everybody will understand what DS means. So I'll modify this question and then you again do it. Suppose I make a numbers very easy one. Say, does Jack has twice the number of pens? Okay, I'll make it very easy. Does Jack has twice the number of pen David has? Number of pen David has is 80% of the pen number Jack has. Number of pen David is. Now, Shubhi, tell me one first. No, guys,
Yes,
listen
sir.
very carefully. What DS means. Shubhi, read only statement 1 and tell me 1 is sufficient or not and why. Read the first statement. Number of pens David has. Yes, Shubhi.
Number of pens David have is 60% of the number of
80%.
pens Jack. 80% of the number of pens Jack has.
So how will you do it? We'll write David here. We'll write
Yes.
Jack here. No, it says 80% of Jack. So Jack says 100. So how much David will have?
Yes, sir. 80
80.
and 100.
So Jack is how many more?
For 20 more.
20 more. 20 more means, say whether Jack has twice the number of pens that David has.
Yes, sir.
Can we answer from this?
Yes, sir.
We can answer from this. Because we know that Jack has how much more?
20 more.
20 more. So question is, does Jack has twice the number of pens? No, Jack does not have twice. But we are able to answer that Jack does not have. That's why information is sufficient.
Yes, sir.
Getting the difference, guys? You need not get the answer of this question always yes. You can get no also. But you are getting the answer. But if I give the question like this, number of pens David has is
80%.
not percent. If I change it, is 40 more, 40, the number of pens David has is 40 more than the number of pens Jack has. Now can we answer this question?
No, sir.
No, we cannot, because we know David has 40 more. 40 more, but we don't know how much Jack has. Until we know Jack, we cannot compare how much more or less. So then we can say we cannot answer. So objective is, from the data, can we answer the question or not? Okay, everybody?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Shubhi.
Thank you, sir.
So tell me, Divya, in the same question, option number 2, statement number 2, is alone sufficient or not?
Yes, sir.
Explain this, is second alone sufficient or not?
Because the number of pens Jack has is 300% of the number of pens David has.
So David is 100, suppose. 300% more means 3 times.
400.
300
Sorry,
plus 300.
300.
So from this, can you find out whether Jack has twice or not? We can find out. Because we know how many Jack
Yes,
has
sir.
and how many David has. You can easily give me, right?
Yes.
Understood,
Yeah.
everybody? Let's do more questions, but Divya, understood? Is everyone
Yes,
okay
sir.
on this? How DS is? You are going to compare only the data. You need not get the exact number always. Let's try one more.
So, sir, the answer will be either 1 or 2, right?
Yes. In this question, answer is either 1 or 2 because both alone are sufficient.
Okay.
Next.
Sir, in this question, how either 1 or 2? Only 2 is
No, 1 alone also sufficient, na?
here. 40 more than
Not this
more
original
than.
question. Not this original question.
Okay.
In this, obviously, 1 is not sufficient. Original question.
Okay.
Or original question was there, na? In that, either of them is alone sufficient. Because in both the case, we are able to find out. That's it.
Okay.
This was the question original, right?
Yeah, in this both will be sufficient.
Not both, either. Both is different. Both
Sorry,
means we need
not,
both.
not
Either.
both Sir,
Either.
either one or two.
Exactly, Divya.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's move on. Mute, mute, mute. Let me give a simple question of ratio now. Solve this question and tell me everyone. One alone, two alone, either, both together or neither. A bag has red, blue, green and yellow marble in the ratio given. 6, 5. In the ratio, let me put in a different line. Okay. Statement 1, there are 2 more red marbles than blue marbles. Statement 2, bag has total of 30 marbles. Tell me now. Everybody go through it, try it out and tell me how it will work. Neither, okay. Neither. Okay. Neither. 2 alone, 2 alone, okay. Meghna, unmute. Let's try Meghna option. First statement 1.
Yes, sir.
Red. Meghna, how shall we approach?
Sir, there are 4 color balls, red, blue, green,
And ratio is
and
given as 6 is to 5,
5,
is
2.
to 2, is to 2. Ratio is given. Okay. Question is how many green marbles are there? Our objective is to find out, can we find out how many green marble balls, right?
Yes, sir.
So ratio is always we can write 6x, we can get exact number. Okay, my suppose 6x red, 5x blue, 2x green, 2x yellow, right, Meghna?
Yes, sir.
So read the first statement and tell me sufficient or not.
There are 2 more red marbles than the blue marbles.
Is it sufficient to answer our question or not?
No, sir.
Explain why. A lot of people are saying neither, only 2. So it means everybody believes first one is not sufficient. And Meghna also saying same. Explain, Meghna, why one alone is not sufficient.
Actually, the one is saying that 2 more red.
Two more red marble than blue.
Yes, sir. Or the ratio red and blue is 6:5.
So wait, so I'll explain you. Not ratio. No, 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 no. See, I explained my ratio in guys to every one of you, and I'm very disappointed. Guys, ratio I explained long. Ratio is 6:5:2:2, right, Meghna?
Yes,
When I
sir.
put X, the ratio goes. It becomes the actual number. Total 6x red marbles, 5x blue marble, 2x green marbles, 2x yellow marbles. Red marbles are 6x. Blue marbles are 5x. It says, first statement, there are 2 more red marbles than blue marbles. Means red marble 6x is 2 more than the blue. That is what it means, right?
Right,
Number
sir.
of marble is 2 more than blue. So from that, can you find x or not? 6x equal to 5x plus 2. So x equal to 2, right?
Yes, sir.
See, Meghna, what is this 6x? Number of red marbles, correct?
So,
What is 5x?
number of
Marbles.
blue marbles.
What statement 1 says? Red are 2 more than blue. Means this red. is 2 more than blue. From that we can find out X easily. If we find out X, question is how many green marbles? We can easily find out green marbles, 4. So 1 is sufficient. Divya, Shubhi, Dhanu, Skan, 1 is sufficient. Why is not sufficient? Tell me. Thank you, Meghna. Tell me everybody, why 1 is not sufficient? 1 is definitely
Sir,
sufficient.
I didn't opt for this X equation, so that's all.
But we should, whenever ratio is given, it means that only 6 is to 5 is
Yes,
to
sir.
means there are 6x marbles, 5x's, so we can find out easily.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Now, so 1 alone is sufficient, guys. Now, Divya, second alone is sufficient or not? Explain.
Yes, sir.
How?
Because red has 6x, 5x, and 2x and 2x equals to 30.
Equal to 30, sum of them. 6x
Yes.
plus 5x plus 2x plus 2x is 30. Because it says bag has total 30 marbles. So from this data again, we can find out
15x.
x, right?
15x equals to 30.
We don't need numbers. That's what we don't have to calculate.
Okay.
In DS, we don't have to calculate. In DS, you
Okay.
have to just think more. So
Okay.
you will say, yes, sir, we can easily find the value of x. When we get the x, we can easily find out how many green. So 2 alone also sufficient. So answer for this question will be either 1 or 2 alone. Yes. Is everyone clear or doubt? Ask me now. Right, CC, or ask me please as many questions as you have. From this data, 1 alone and 2 alone, both, either of them are alone sufficient. That's why we say either or. Very easy. Let's do interesting question another now. Let's see how many of you can do this. And guys, DS is not easy. It takes little half an hour, 1 hour to get through it. What does it mean? And once you understand the method of understanding DS problem, then it's a normal maths. This I'm going very slow now. Question is, let me, okay, tub A and tub B contain milk and tub B was half full. If all of the milk in tub A was poured into tub B, then what fraction of capacity of B was filled with milk? You have to find out B is how much filled then. Tell me, statement 1 alone, 2 alone, either, neither, or both. Your objective is this. What fraction? How much of B is filled with milk? That's the objective. Can you find out or not find out? That's the objective. Who will explain this? Who will explain the statement 1 first? Any volunteer, any one of them, one of you. Ritesh, will you try statement 1? Tub A was 1/3 full when the milk from it was poured into tub B. Vikas Kumar Sahu, are you there? Either, okay. Shitish, you try to try. See how it works. Any volunteer to explain this?
So can I?
Yes, please, Divya.
Hmm.
You're talking about 1 alone. Tell me.
The tub A was 1/3 full when the milk from it was poured into tub B.
Tub A is 1/3 full. And in the
And B
question
is
given,
full.
B is half full. B is given, right? In the
Yes.
question itself.
Yes, sir.
No, we have put all of the milk from A to B. The question is, can you find out what fraction of capital B was filled? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
How?
Because tub A was 1/3 full.
Correct. So Divya,
So
suppose that tub A is this.
tub.
Suppose tub B
Okay.
is this. Tell me now. You can find out. Do you know
No.
size of the tub A and B?
No, sir.
How can we find out then? We don't know whether how A is big, whether they are same, or A is much bigger or B is much more. We don't know, right? From statement 1.
Yes, sir.
So then we cannot find out. Correct?
Yes,
Because we
sir.
don't know the capacity of A and B here. We only know A is 1/3 full. So unless we know
Yes.
how big is A or how big is B, we cannot find out.
Yeah.
We only know A is
One is
1/3
not
full.
sufficient.
You are right.
Only one is not sufficient.
One is not sufficient. Very good. Scan. What about
Yes, sir.
option 2? Statement 2 is sufficient alone or not?
Sir, is not sufficient.
Why?
Sir, in previous the capacity was not given in, and here fractions are not given.
Correct. Because in second one, we only know that okay, my A is like this, my B is also like this. Okay, so what? How much? I don't know how much A is filled, right?
Yes.
So still we cannot find out because I know both are same size, but I don't know how much A is filled. So we cannot find from second also. And what about both together?
Sir, we can.
We can because we know both are same size. We know A is 1/3 full. We know B is half full. Then we can easily find out when we put this into is how much capacity of B is filled. We need both the data. So answer is both together. Thank you, Skan. Thank you, everyone. Understood, everybody? We need both together. Either is not the answer. Both together. Move on. Let's try the another question. See, this is DS. It will take little time. Let's try this one. Profit loss question now. I'll correct it. First one is y minus x equal to 60. Second is 5y equal to 6x. Tell me now, it's a profit loss question. Tell everybody. If a shopkeeper purchased an item at a cost of X dollars and sold it for Y dollars, by what percent of its cost did the profit he make? Finally, we have to find out profit percentage. That's it. We need both together, okay? Both, okay? Both, okay? Keep writing answer, please, everyone. Danu says both, okay? So Mushahid, let's talk about the statement 1. Is it sufficient or not first? And everybody
Yes.
knows profit percent is given by selling price minus cost price by cost price, right? Or difference of the selling and cost and divided by the base is CP always. Even the question says here. This is what profit percent means, right, Mushahid?
Yes, sir.
So tell me, statement 1 is sufficient or not?
So cost price is X and this selling price is Y.
So let me put it here, Y here. Let me put it X here, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And let me put X here. Now tell me, is statement 1 alone sufficient or not sufficient? Y minus X is given as 60.
Mm-hmm.
Sufficient or not?
Not so.
Not sufficient because only Y minus X is 60 we know. We don't know X value. So how can we find profit percent? So very simple.
Yes.
Statement 1 is not sufficient. Very good. Dhanu. Thank you, Mushahid. Dhanu.
Yes, sir.
Statement 2 alone, sufficient or not? And I don't want to give answer. I want you to debate, discuss, so that we will discuss whether it works or not. 5y equal to 6x. From this information, can we find out percentage profit or not?
Yes, sir. We
We
can
find out. How?
y by x we can take from this equation, sir.
Very good. Y by x we can take from this equation. Y
6
by
by
x
5, sir.
equation is 6 by 5.
Yes, sir.
We put it here. This equation becomes
6
y by
by
x.
5 minus 1.
Very good. See, so we don't need x now. We got already number from this. It means, no, I don't really know. I don't really want to calculate this. Objective is not to calculate. Objective is, yes, from this we can able to find profit
Yes.
percent. So 2 alone is
Sufficient.
sufficient. Very good. Understood,
Yes.
everybody? We are right. So in this question, answer is 2 alone. Because if 5y equal to 6x, from that easily I can calculate profit percent. So statement 2 is sufficient. Any question, anyone on this? Or good? All okay, everyone? Let's try one more.
Sir,
Before
y minus 1?
because you split this denominator. It is y by x minus x by x, right? X by x means 1, right?
Yes. Yes, sir. Okay.
That's it. Let's try this. It says 1/4, 2/5. I had to just. It's easy question. Just have to read it carefully and reread it. In company X, are more than one of employees are over 50 age. Question is in company X are more than one of the employees over 55 years of age. That is what you have to find out. Statement 1 says exactly 40% of the female employees are over 50 years of age and of them 2/5 are over 55 years of age. Statement 2 says exactly 20 male employees are over 55 years of age. Tell me. Everybody write it. Answers. Danu says neither. Divya says neither. Okay. Shubhi, your answer. Scan. Shahid, everyone please. Vikash, Heram, everyone should attempt it. Mani, Meghna, Ritesh, Samu. Who is Samu? Sanchit, where are your answers? Scan say neither or both. Scan, one answer please. Explain why. Confused. Okay. Shubhi, let's unmute and tell me about statement 1. First, talk about what we need to find out. Shubhi is not there. Scan, read the statement 1 and tell me.
Exactly 40% of the female employees are over 50 years of age, and of them, 2 by 5 are over 55 years of age.
Okay. Is one this sufficient? What we need to find out? We need to find out in a company
Are more than
whether 1/4 of the total employees are 55
1/4 of
plus or not. Correct? So for that, what we need?
Yes.
We need total number of employees. Otherwise, how
Yes,
will you
sir.
find out 1/4? Statement 1 says
Yes, sir.
40% of female employees. Do you know how many female employees are there? Do we know how many female employees are there? No, right?
No, sir.
So
Only
it is
40% we know,
40%
but
of female employees, but we
even
don't know
number
how
of
many female
employees, so we
employees
don't know.
itself. This 40% will not help anything, right?
Yes, sir.
50%, 2/5, nothing will help because we don't know female employees how many are there. And even if we know female employees, it doesn't work because we need total employees. So one is not sufficient, right?
Yes, sir.
So one alone is not sufficient. There are two problems. Neither we know total, neither know female employees. Read the statement 2 alone now. Forget the first one now.
Exactly 20 male employees are over 50 years of age.
So we know how many male employees are.
Sir, again, it's of no use.
Second alone is not used. So second alone is not sufficient. But what about both together? From second, we know how many male employees are above 55. So we got one data, right? If somehow we get how many female employees
Yes,
are
sir.
above 55, then we are done. But we don't know how many female employees. We also don't know total people. So even we combine both 1 and 2, we cannot solve this. So answer is neither. Right, Skan? Divya says neither, Dhanu says neither. Correct. Because to get 1/4 of the employee, we need to get total number of employees. And then the data about how many are 55 more. So there are two less data here. So answer is neither of them is sufficient. See everyone, easy question. I'll give you one more question.
Which one?
Let's do one question on average now. If Dave's average is 74 on 3 tests, what was his lowest score? Right, everyone? If Dave average score on 3 tests was 74, what was? We have to find out whether we can find lowest score or not. Two alone, okay? I'll give a guys one hint, okay? Then everyone can try. See, average is given as 74, and there are 3 tests. So obviously total score would be 74 into 3. Average work like this, right? How much? 3, 4, 12 is 2, 1 carry, 3, 7, 21, 22. Total will be 222. This is information given in the question itself. Now, Meghna, statement 1. Read and tell me sufficient, not sufficient, why?
Yes, sir.
Tell me statement 1 is sufficient or not and why?
Sir, statement 1 is not sufficient.
Why?
Yes,
Highest is given as 82.
sir.
So remaining would be 222 minus 82,
Yes, sir.
140. So in the second and third, total will be 140. No, it can be anything. It can be 70, 70. Or
Yes,
it
sir.
can be any combination. 71, 69. We don't know, right?
Yes, sir.
That's why we cannot find out what is lowest because there are so many options. 71, 69, 72, 68. We only know highest is 82. And we know remaining 2 tests, sum is 140. But 140 you get in so many ways. Correct?
Correct, sir.
That is why from statement 1, we don't know, we cannot find out the lowest score. That's why 1 is not sufficient.
Yes, sir.
You are right. So, not sufficient. Then, Mushahid, you said 2 only sufficient. Explain.
Yes, sir, because the sum of the two highest scores is given, and by subtracting the from total, we get the lowest score only. No?
Let's see. So, total is 222. And you remove the 2 highest. So, whatever you get will always be lowest because it said 2 highest. Mushahid, you are exactly to the point. Because 2 highest is given means the remaining always will be the lowest. Doesn't matter how much it comes. Once 2 alone is sufficient. Very good. Superb. So understood everybody? Even we don't do subtraction. This is the key word here. 2 highest scores are 162, the sum. Whatever remaining would be the lowest only. That's it. Because we know the total. And this total we know from the quotient itself. That's why statement 2 alone is sufficient. Good. Move on. So what I'm going to do is we are going to move now more towards Equations, algebraic, the next 45 minutes. Which is more, I not say difficult, yeah, different. Let's say, let me start with the basic equation thing first, and then we'll go through like exact numbers and algebra. Say, so now DS is still okay, guys. It is not as difficult as looks like. Your objective is not to get exact number. We do just see numbers. The data is given is good enough for not to answer our actual question. Question is, it's a linear equation we are doing now, where we have to see whether data is given equal, means sufficient or not by forming the equations. If we extend the shop sales notebook in A4 and A5 size, you find out what is price of A5 size notebook. Tell me. Okay, Divya says option 2 or means alone 2 alone. This can say both are required. Okay. Others, please. Some of you are not answering at all. Why? Mani says both, Meghna says both. Okay. Danu says both. Okay. So everybody feels one alone is not sufficient. Divya?
In one, the total price of one.
A4 alone. Say A4 is X.
Okay, one is also both. I didn't see that one.
Okay. And suppose A5 is 5.
Yeah.
Why? So X plus 5 is 4. So one alone not sufficient because we don't know either X or Y. Second alone says 3 A4 size, say 3X. 1 A5 size, Y. We assume Y and X are X. From second alone also we cannot find out. But when you combine both together, two variable, two equation, we can easily find out. So both together are sufficient. Correct, everyone? Both together are sufficient. Let's do one more easy one. Thank you, Divya. Let's quickly do one more easy one and then we'll move on to the actual numbers question, which are very interesting, very difficult, very interesting. Try quickly this, 30 seconds, and we'll move on. Everybody shoot your answer fast. A pencil and eraser cost total $2. How much eraser cost? Pencil cost thrice as much as eraser. Pencil cost 1.5. One alone, two alone, both together, either or neither. Iskan says very fast either. Divya says either, very good. Ritesh says either, good. Keep shooting your answer, guys. Vikas, write your answer. Dhanu wrote, okay, sorry. Heram, where are your answers? Fast, Ritesh. Ritesh says either, Dhanu says either, good. Samu, Meghna says either. Okay, Mani, explain why either. Mani Pritam. Mani Pritam, can you explain? Audio works. Dhanu, explain.
Yes, sir.
Please explain how
Sir,
either.
we know the total cost, so
Correct.
we can sum.
We can sum because we know total cost. We also know pencil is thrice as eraser. 3x
Yes, sir.
plus x. We can find from one alone. Then pencil cost 1.5. So eraser cost
We can
half.
subtract, sir.
So easy. So it was, that's why either of one alone, two alone is sufficient. Superb. So good everyone. Shall we move on to the now numbers? Numbers are a little difficult, but we'll go again with very simple approach. It's a totally different way of solving, same way, but we need to think more. Thank you. GTG, good. Let's start with numbers now. Number system and algebra questions. Give me 1 minute. Okay. Let's see how many can answer this. We'll discuss this lot. If A and B are integers, if A and B are integers, question is only this. Is B even or not? Can we find out is B even or not? Tell me now. Sorry, there is something wrong in the copy paste. It should be 5A plus 5A plus. Please try now. Statement 1 say 5A plus 6B is even. We know that 5A plus 6B is even. Require a lot of thoughts here. Okay. Either 5A plus 6B is even. Statement to say 5 plus 3B is even. Right, whatever you say. Divya says neither. Okay. Neither. Okay. So I'll tell you how to do this. Okay. This is a difficult question. See, question is we have to find out is B even or not. Skan says both. Now flip the first one. We know 5A plus 6B is even. So if they are even, let's split. See 6B. Whether you put B equal to 1 or B equal to 2, odd or even, B will always be even. Correct? Whatever value of B is odd or even, 6B is always even, right guys? If B is odd, say B is 1, then also 6 into 1 is 6, so even. If B is 2, even. Again 6B is even. So 6B will always be even, so forget. This is not useful. So this will be even. If this is even, then this has to be even, right? Then only our overall term is even. So 5A is even. It can happen only when A is even. So from the first one, we only know A is even. The answer means from 1, the information we got is A is even. So if I say A is even, if I know from statement 1 A is even, that can we find out B is even or not? No, we cannot. From statement 1 we only know A is even. So statement 1 is not sufficient. Now let's talk about statement 2. 5A plus 3B is even. Now here there is a problem. When this can be even? When A is even, then B is also even. When both are even, then only you can get even, right? Just check. 5 into 4, 20, 3 into 4, 12. Then only you can get. Or when both are odd, A and B, then only you can get 5A plus 3 even. So from statement 2, what we know? Both are odd or both are even. That's the information got from the second one. Both are odd or both are even. But still we don't know which is odd, which is even. So statement 2 alone, still we don't know. Because statement 2 only says either both are odd or both are even. So we don't know from statement 2 also. Now we'll cover both together. From first we know A is even. From second we know either both are odd or both are even. No, A is even, then both cannot be odd. So forget both the odd. It means both are even. So if A is even, we know B is also even. So from both 1 and 2 together we can say, yes, we can answer is B even or not. So our answer is both together. So please ask me as many questions, as many doubts you have on this. Because I know so you have definitely doubt. I'll repeat whatever specific question you ask on this, on the statement 1, 2, both, whatever. Please ask me. That will clarify. Any question? Danu, Divya, Hiram, Stan, anyone, any question?
No, sir. Clear, sir.
Very good. Anybody else? Any question? Okay, if I change the question and if I say is B odd, then what will be the answer? Either, neither, 1 alone, 2 alone, or both. Tell me. I'll change the question now. Only if A and B are integer, is B odd? Then what do you say, guys? And that will define how you understand the DS. Skan says neither. Okay. What others say? What others says? Skan, why it is neither? Explain.
Sir, from first equation, we know that A is even.
A is even, correct?
From second, we know that both are odd or both are even.
It means both are
When we
even.
combine, sir, it should be either odd or even.
No, but when you combine, what we got? When we combine, we got A is even.
Both are even.
And B also even. From 1 and 2 together, we know that A is even, B is even or not.
Yes.
So now, What will you answer? One alone,
Sir,
two
both.
alone, both, either or neither?
Sir, both.
Scan both? What do you say, Dhanu, Meghna? Answer will be both or neither?
Sir,
Sir,
both.
both, sir. From both we can say that it is not odd.
So, yes, so answer is what? Answer is not neither. Answer is both, because though we are not getting odd, but we are getting is not or not, right?
Yes, sir.
Is B odd? No, B is not odd. I am able to answer. B is not odd. So, both of them together are sufficient. That's why answer still remains both together. Though our answer is no here, but that is fine. We are able to get it the answer. I told you in starting. So, answer still remains both together are sufficient to answer this question. Is everyone understood this DS thing? Meghna? Otherwise, ask Meghna, clear? Divya? Else ask me, please, guys. Anybody, any
Clear,
confusion?
sir.
Don't go home with doubts. Clear? Okay. Let's try another one. Very, very interesting question. Question is, okay, let me make it proper here also. Question is, if P and Q are integers, what is the value of P plus Q? Can we find value of P plus Q or not? Can we find P plus Q? Means the unique value always, guys, in all these questions, right? Can you find the unique value of P plus Q or not? Statement 1 says P into Q is 6. Statement 2 says P plus Q whole square is 49. Tell me now. Neither, either. Okay. 2 alone. Okay. Keep writing, everyone. Both, okay. Skan says both. Money says two alone. Let's talk about money first. Money. So let's everybody understand. First, talk about one alone. Is one alone sufficient or not? Everybody is saying no. Oh, Meghna is saying either. Means one alone is sufficient, two alone is sufficient. Meghna, let's talk about one alone first. Tell me, explain me how one alone is sufficient, please. Let's see, guys. PQ equal to 6. PQ equal to 6, then P can be 1, Q can be 6, right? So PQ still we get 6, P plus Q with 7, right? Meghna? If P is 6, Q is 1, we still get P into Q is 6, P plus Q is 7. Okay. But P is 2, Q is 3. We still get 6. There are many combinations I am not writing, but P plus Q is 5. So that is why just knowing P into Q is 6 is not enough, because P plus Q can be 7 or 5 or something more. Even if I say minus 2, minus 3, we still get PQ into equal to 6. This will be minus 5. So just knowing P into Q equal to 6 is not sufficient, right everyone? Because P plus Q can be 5, minus 5, 7 or minus 7. So one alone is not sufficient. Agree everyone? Let's try a second one. Scan. P plus
Yes,
Q
sir.
square equal to 49. From this,
Yes,
can
sir.
we find out or not?
Sir, actually you told unique value, but we'll not get the unique value.
Because when you take a square root of P plus Q whole square, we get P plus Q equal to 7 or P plus Q equal to
Minus 7.
minus
Yes.
7. And guys, in this DS, in algebra, when we solve it, we can say, yeah, we got the solution. That's correct. But obviously in DS, what is value of P plus Q? We don't know. It can be 7 or minus 7. We cannot get unique value. So that's why statement 2 alone is not sufficient. Many people think, sir, 7 minus 7, both we are getting. Yes, we are getting both. We are not getting one alone. Means we don't know really what is value P plus Q. It can be 7, it can be minus 7. So statement 2 alone, that's why it's not sufficient. Unique value, that's why I use intentionally unique word. So right, Skan, 2 alone is not sufficient. But tell me, Skan, on everyone, anyone, both together is sufficient or not?
Sufficient.
Sufficient how?
Sir, we are
When you
getting
say
P
not
plus
sufficient, I ask
Q
the
is
same
equals
question.
to 7.
Say again.
Sir, here we are getting P plus Q is equals to 7, and even in first option we are getting
No.
P plus Q is equals to 7.
Check. What if P and Q is minus 1, minus 6? You'll get minus 7 also, right? Right, Skan? Just by knowing both this, we know PQ equal to 6. PQ 6 is coming in everywhere, right? We are still not able to answer, right? We only know PQ equal to 6. We know P plus Q whole square equal to P plus Q. So these options are gone now. When we combine both together, these are gone, right, Skan? But still we don't know P plus Q is minus 7
Yes.
or P plus Q is plus 7. We don't know, because we can get 6 as minus 1 into minus 6 also, right? So when we combine both together, we cannot find a unique value of P plus Q. So answer is neither. Everybody got it or doubt? Both of them together is also not sufficient, because P plus Q still can be 7 or minus 7. That's why. GTG? So let's move on. Question is very simple. Is x by 3 an integer or not? Statement 1 says x is an integer. Statement 2 says x by 6 is an integer. Tell me, very interesting, easy question. Tell me everyone, take your time but solve it. Two alone, okay. Others please. Dhanu, unmute.
Yes, sir.
Read the statement. Okay, what we need to find out? We need to find out x by 3 is integer or not, correct?
Yes, sir.
Read the statement 1 and tell me.
X is an integer.
X is integer. Say x is 1.
Yes, sir.
X is 2.
1 by 3.
X is 3. X is 4. See from this. Yes, tell me. If x is 1, x by 3
X
integer?
by 3 is an integer.
No, right? 1 by 3 is not an integer.
It's a fraction.
If x is 2, is x by 3
2 by
integer? No. But if x is 3,
No, sir.
if x is 3, if x is 3.
3 by 3, 1 is an integer,
Yes.
sir.
So it can be integer, it cannot be integer. So we cannot answer from this, right? Because answer is coming integer also, not integer also, depending
Yes,
on the
sir.
value of x. Got Dharu what I'm saying? Depending on the value of x,
It's a multiple of 3.
so
Can
that's
be
why
said
we
as
cannot make
integer.
it out, right?
Yes, sir.
So from 1 alone, we cannot make it out.
X by 3 is an integer. Next.
It is not, right?
Yes, sir.
Because if x is 1, then no. If x is 3, then yes. If x is 6, then yes. If x is 5, then no. But I don't know value of x. So if I don't know value of x,
Yes,
how
sir.
can I say x by 3 integer or not? Because we are getting, depending on the value, different answers.
Yes, sir. So
That
we
is
cannot say.
cannot say. So 1 is
So
not.
neither, sir.
No, I only talked about 1. I am not talking 1 to 2 yet. Okay, Dhanu, I'll explain 2 also. So 1 is not sufficient.
Yes,
Now,
sir.
Heram, thank you, Dhanu. Heram, unmute.
Yes, sir.
X by 6 are integer. From this, can we decide whether x by 3 integer or not?
No.
Check.
We need value of x.
Let's check. Suppose say x by 6 is 1.
1 is an integer.
No. Listen what I'm saying. I am saying suppose say, see x by 6 is an integer.
Yes.
Say x by 6 is 1. Then what is x? 6.
Wow. Yes.
So what is x by 3 then? 2. So integer.
X is 3.
So integer. Take any value of x. Say x by 6 is 2. Then x is 12. So x by 3 will be 4.
Okay.
Whatever value you have to x by 6, it will always come integer. Why? Because x by 6 is a multiple of 6. So, any value take x. Tell me any value of x by 6.
4,
4. What is x?
24.
What is x
And
by
then
3?
24 by... Okay.
It will always come because
Yes.
x by 6 means it is multiple of 6. X will multiple of 6.
Yes.
So from second we can clearly says x by 3 will definitely be integer. Or we can say we can know the answer. Yes, it is integer or not. Right, Hiram?
Yes.
2 alone is sufficient, guys. 2 alone is sufficient.
Yes.
Thank you. Got it, Dhanu? It is not neither, guys. It is 2 alone is sufficient because.
Yes, sir. Got it, sir.
And guys, one more way of thinking is x by 6 is integer. If you
It's a
multiply.
divisibility rule.
Huh?
It's a
Right.
divisibility rule.
If this is an integer, 2 times of this also will be integer. So 2 into x by 6 is nothing but x by 3. So obviously it will be integer. 2 into x by 6 is 2x by 3. But that is difficult way to explain. That's why I explain with the example. So answer is 2 alone. And this is a difficult topic, guys. I said in starting it's difficult. Let's try this. Question is a positive integer x odd? Can you find out whether positive x is odd or not? We know 5x is odd, and we also know second one x plus 5 is even. Tell me, guys. Statement 1 alone is sufficient, 2 alone sufficient, both together sufficient, neither sufficient, either sufficient. Either, neither, okay. And guys, the more you try, that's better. That is the way to solve. Just listen will not help. That's why I'm discussing with you guys. Let's start. Dhanu, how shall we do this? First, statement 1 and statement 2, Divya will explain.
5x
Objective is to
is
find. Yes, tell me. Read, please.
any value of x is taken as it is multiplied by 5. Finally, we'll get an odd number 5. Multiple of 5, sir.
No. Depend. If x is even, then we'll get 5x is even, right?
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But it clearly says 5x is odd. If 5x is odd, it means what?
It can
It
be
means
both
x
even
is.
and odd.
No, 5x. No, I'm initially talking about only 5x. But the statement 1 says 5x is odd.
So
X has to be odd only, right?
yes, sir.
That's what you said. It means x is odd only, right? Because if x is even, 5x cannot be odd, right?
Yes, sir.
So it definitely means x is odd. From 1, we definitely say x is odd, right?
Yes, sir.
So from the 1 alone, can we answer our original question or not?
Yes, sir.
We can answer because we clearly know x is odd. We can say 1 alone is sufficient.
Yes, sir.
Right, Dhanu?
Yes, sir. Correct, sir.
Good. Divya, what about second one?
Plus 5 is even.
Say x plus 5 is even.
So
So x plus 5 is even can happen when only when x is? X plus 5 can happen even when x is odd or x is even? It definitely means x is odd. Then only x plus 5 is even, correct? From second also we know that x is odd. We can answer the question. So second alone also sufficient. So the answer is either 1 or 2 is alone is sufficient. Very easy question. Very good. Thank you, Divya. So either 1 alone or 2 alone are sufficient to answer this question. This is a very easy question where you just check what is x given. Let's do another interesting question. See, question is if x and y are integers, what is the value of y? Objective is can you find the value of y or not? Statement 1 says y to the power x equal to y. Statement 2 says x is greater than 1. Tell me now. Tell me everyone. Anu says neither. Okay. Others, please. Nanu says neither. Nanu says both. Okay. Iskan says neither. It requires a lot of thinking, a lot of thoughts. Who want to explain this statement 1? Iskan says both. Okay. See, both of you change from neither to both. Okay. Who want to explain this?
Sir, shall I?
Yes, please.
Sir, from this equation we can come to know x value is 1, sir.
So
But
from
we
1
want the value of
you
y
are right.
and
From the 1 we definitely know x is 1. But we
but
don't
we
know
need the
value.
value of y only.
So 1 is not sufficient.
Yes, sir.
What about second alone?
Sir, x can be any number greater than 1, but we need the value of y.
Again, second alone is not sufficient. You are right.
Yes, sir. When we combine both,
Combine both.
x value can be 2, 3 or anything else. When y power x
But when you
is...
combine both,
Yes, sir.
then x is greater than 1 and x is equal to 1. How it can happen? But even if you combine both, you can find out value y.
Sir, I didn't get your question.
Tell me, suppose you combine both, then what?
Yes, sir.
Complete what you are saying.
Y value will be 1, sir.
Y value will 1. Y cannot be 0 also.
Because 0 power anything is 0.
That is the crux here. Y can be 1, Y can be 0 also. Correct.
Yes, sir.
See, many people miss it. This is not an easy question. That's why neither of them together is sufficient. Both together also not sufficient because Y can be 0 also, right?
Yes, sir. I thought only 1, sir.
I know. This is it's a tricky question. So, we cannot find from even both this together. Thank you, Dhanu. Scott, what do you say? Both
Sir, it
of
was
them.
unexpected.
It was a very tricky question. But yes.
Unexpected punch from the back, sir.
Yes. But see, the way to DS, I should know everybody that we have to solve DS, we have to really go deep and see whether any possibility is there. And then only we can say whether, that's why I said it's more deep than the normal problem solving. Thank you. Let's try a couple of more questions before we close today. You want more difficult? Wait, I'll modify this and then you solve. X is not equal to y. Is x equal to 0? And the options given are, the statements given are, first one is, let me first correct it. Xy is and wait. Okay, still the space is not good. Okay, I'll read out. If x is not equal to y, is x equal to 0? Statement 1 say xy equal to x square. Statement 2 say y is not equal to 0. Read, apply all your thoughts and tell me. This may be last question because it's a tricky, we have to discuss and the time is also done almost. Tell me guys. One alone, two alone, both, either, neither. Any answers, please? Okay, first we'll talk about second alone. Second alone is more easy. Y is not equal to 0. Second alone, from that we can find out or not? Mani, what do you say, second alone? Y is not equal to 0. If y is not equal to 0, how can we find out x? It's a x is not equal to y, but x can be anything. Or what? Y is not equal to 0. And x is not equal to y. But does not mean that x can be 0. X can be anything. So 2 alone is not sufficient, everybody knows, right? Now, Dhanu is saying 1 alone, Skand is saying 1 alone, Mani is saying both, okay. Dhanu, why 1 alone? Explain your views first.
Sir, x if it is 0, 0 into any number will be 0 and 0 square also will be 0. So the equation is satisfied.
But, okay, but what if x is 1?
1 into any number cannot be 1 square, sir.
But x is 1, y is 1 then?
Sir, the
Sir,
condition
x
is x not equal to y, sir.
I know, that's what I wanted you to tell me. I know, that's why you tell me. So you tell me, sir, xy equal to x square can be true only because x is not equal to y. If x equal to y, then yeah, x equal to 1, y equal to 1 is sufficient. So that the only value when xy equal to x square can be true only when x is 0. And the
Yes,
Dhanu says very clearly, starting x is 0, 0 into any number, y can be any value, you still get x square equals 0. That's why this is very important here because of this. So this can be true only when x is 0, otherwise 1 cannot be true. There is no other value. No other value. That is why 1 alone is sufficient. Good. Very good, Dhanu. Skan. Guys, did you enjoy it? It was difficult topic, but some help. At least more clarity is there now. So that's all for today. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you next week for the last class of this January. Thank you and bye-bye.
Thank you, sir.